Mr. Mayor, yes, we are against blacklisting. The way in which it has been described by the opposition may be a bit over the top, but in principle, the idea of blacklisting is wrong, and that's why we're supporting the motion. And the amendment that has been made is only tinkering with a few words. It really is a bit irrelevant. So we are voting with you on that. But since the issue of trade unions has been raised, I want to use the opportunity to widen the discussion just a little bit, based on my own recollections of what trade unions used to be. And I would say that just as much as it is important and right and fundamental that a person should be entitled to belong to a trade union, the same also applies to people who don't want to belong to a trade union. That fundamental freedom is just as important. I thought the Law Society room on this That's the worst example. Anyway, trade union membership is now down almost 50% from what it was in the 1970s. In the 1970s, when the unions were at their most militant, and some of us can remember that. In the 1970s, it was over 30 million people who belonged to unions. Now it's around 7 million mark, which I think shows that unions are becoming less and less relevant. Trade unions used to be the most damaging force in this country's society. Damaging to the economy, damaging to jobs, and this country was held at ransom by the unions on many, many occasions. And I think the country owes a debt of gratitude to Margaret Thatcher. Because she and the government that she led, the governments that she led, stopped the damaging and victimisation practices of trade unions. She was the one, and the government, which legislated against the closed shop. Yeah. She was the one whose government legislated against secondary picketing in favour of secret ballots, and many other devices that stopped the unions dictating in the way that they did, and all the extremists who were in them. The new Labour Party doesn't like unions very much either. It's significant that during the Prime Ministership of Tony Blair and Gordon Brown, they did nothing to change the legislation which the Conservatives had brought in, because they were quite happy about it. They also didn't want any more union bullying. There was no fear of sandwiches at Downing Street during the time of Tony Blair and Gordon Brown, as there had been in the days of Jim Callaghan and Howard Wilson and who else. Recently, the Labour Party, as we know, have been embarrassed by union interference of a very unethical nature in the choice of parliamentary candidates. And it has brought Ed Miliband to make the decision that he wants to separate his party even more from the trade unions by stopping the situation where people who become trade union members automatically pay towards the Labour Party. He realises too how damaging union extremism can be. So to sum up, yes, we are certainly against victimisation of people who want to belong to unions, but we should be under no illusion. We should be mindful of the victimisation suffered by the entire country in all those years when militant unions prevailed. And we should never ever allow this country to return to such victimisation in the future. With that in mind, yes indeed, we'll support the motion as very slightly amended.